Howdy y'all, I am Ice Gold, and today I wanted to talk about a little something that is coming, not with this test realm, but just an idea that has been floated by lead designer Ratbeard in the PvP chat within the last 24 hours. So, what I am talking about, and those of you who are in the official Wizard101 Discord may have seen this, although, I mean, I know most of y'all tend to stay away from the PvP chat, and for good reason, let's be honest, but this is a very interesting proposal from Ratbeard, and I think that it might finally start to solve the problem with cards like this. Hero of Chrysalis is a card that, at the tier that I have it at right now, which is like, what, tier 3, I want to say? Tier 2. So, right now, Hero of Chrysalis will do 840 damage split across 2 deferred damage overtimes that detonate after 5 rounds. Now, in practice, these bomb dots aren't exactly the best, and the reason for that is you can get the same value out of countering this card on round 4 as you can. It's the same value for countering this card on round 4 as round 1. So that pretty much means that this is a sink of 3 pips and a myth school pip for, I guess, potential damage in 5 rounds, or maybe if you were to detonate it, you could get some more damage out that way. But ultimately, this card it's seen some use in the arena. There used to be a strat that involved this and a couple different kinds of Cyclopses, which, you know, you would just stack back when these were 50% dot traps, right? It's like you could just stack those, and eventually when this did go off, if the person did not pull the counter, then it would do immense amounts of damage. But in the time since, that has sort of faded away, and now it is a double deferred dot. And yeah, I mean, deferred dots just in general are generally not viewed as good for this reason. It's like nothing happens until, you know, 5 rounds later for Divum and the Myth King Art on the B path, and the same goes for Lemortoth after 6 rounds. So yeah, it's generally regarded as a meme concept. But this most recent message from Ratbeard might suggest that we may see a change to this. And, you know, Myth has been bogged down by bomb dots ever since they got their identity as a damage over time school. But now we are seeing that Life and their spell Burrowing Bane, as well as cards like Hunting Worm and Spiny Sword will be changed eventually, and Wings of Fate as well, and Blossom's Thorns. I imagine Life's Djinn is going to be the same. It's like all of these cards that were once regular dots are getting turned into bomb dots, and that has sort of begged the question, what's going to happen with Myth? Because in Test Realm, Barbarian Saga was teased to be, rather than a bomb dot on the B path, it would instead put 2 regular dots on the B path. And that got some people thinking that they may change Myth's dots to be regular dots. And ultimately, it does not look like they are going to go through with that, but instead opt for there to be 2 bomb schools and just 1 regular dot school, that of course being fire. So it's an interesting little concept, but Ratbeard has proposed this idea of banking the damage on a deferred dot. And what that means is, say for example I were to use this Toth Fusion, and, you know, it's like the guy I use it against counters it on round 4, and instead of it just like going away completely and there goes, you know, 7 pips and like a fusion card with that, instead what it would do is it would instead do as much damage as what a regular dot would have done by that round. So obviously not to the full 1140 base. What happened, it's like if it was on round 4, then, you know, you might see, I don't know, 800-ish damage from the dots. And that, I think, is a very interesting concept, because it would make countering bomb dots not both provide immense amounts of value and clear immense amounts of value. It's like, if you are like a myth, or now I guess a life wizard after this spring update, and you use a bomb dot, then like it's a big tempo swing if the opponent counters that, and that I think is not good. But the developers know this, and hence this is why they have started to discuss, you know, making these bomb dots. It's like they're still going to be around, they're still going to exist, but countering them will at least give you some value. And that, I think, is a good addition and a good change. Ultimately, though, bomb dots are still useless. like let's not get that twisted. But I mean, especially compared to regular dots. But this would make bomb dots at least not a meme. And the only time you'll really see somebody go for a bomb dot is the Toth fusion here to get 3 dots onto the target, so that way they can set up a Trickster Oni. And that is the only application that you will ever see with bomb dots. It's like you'll see people use Stone Colossus, but they don't use that for the bomb dot, they use that to clear a weakness before hitting. You might see King Artorias be used in the same way, but that is, again, not used for its bomb dots. It's used to clear a bunch of weaknesses before putting down a bunch of chromatic traps and, you know, setting up a better hit later down the line. There's all of these bomb dots that could see change in this update, and I'm really excited about that personally. I think that, you know, the whole idea of bomb dots has been a little silly ever since, you know, they made dots much easier to counter, and of course countering like a bomb dot is going to be, like, it's always been very, like, it's been a massive tempo swing. And I'm glad that the devs have sort of acknowledged this and are at least proposing changes to how that works. I don't think this is something we can expect in this update, but perhaps the summer, maybe when we see it, or maybe some random patch in between the spring update and then. But we're really just going to have to see how things shake out with the tech, and that will require new tech, so the devs will have to dedicate time to that. So obviously it's not going to be this update kind of thing, but who knows, maybe we'll see that happen in the next update. And if it does, I'll be excited, because I mean, look, bomb dots, straight up meme. So seeing them gain some actual use back again would be quite nice. And of course, obviously, you know, Myth has a lot of bomb dots. We got, what, 1 bomb dot? Let me see all of the ones that Myth has. So 1 with the Toth fusion. What else? Or I guess Bloodbath isn't that anymore. What else? What else? Obviously, Hero of Chrysalis. You know. What else? Oni's Projection. That's a whole thing. So that's a second one. And then what else does Myth have? Stone Colossus creates a bomb dot, and Orthrus creates bomb dots on the B path, and then Trickster Oni base is a bomb dot, King Art is a bomb dot, Barbarian Saga, both paths give a bomb dot, Basilisk creates bomb dots. I've honestly lost count at this point. I don't know why I'm still going over the spells, but you get the idea. That is like, I don't know, 8 to 10 cards that Myth has that just straight up cannot be used for damage. Or it's like the bomb dot function at least is useless. So the fact that they're changing this, or at least thinking about changing it somewhat soon, very glad to hear that. We're going to have to see how that goes. But for now, thank y'all for watching. I've been IceGold. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave like 50 comments for the algorithm. My Discord is down in the description if you want to chat with me some more. And I will see y'all later.